So I actually woke up at 6. I haven't got out of bed yet. It's 7 o'clock now. I made myself a coffee. I'm just going to drink that and then get ready for work. It looks like 3 hours today is going to rain, or rain for 3 hours. So I'm going to wear wet weather gear, and then I can always take it off later when I do a battery change. Yeah, not really a lot else to say. I think I dreamt about doing Deliveroo last night, which is a little bit weird. Thanks for the lovely comments on the video. Definitely motivated me, so let's see how it goes. So I think for the first hour and for the last couple of hours it's going to be interesting because there's only a couple of restaurants open. For the first hour I think I'm going to have to stay quite close to Carluccio's, which is like an Italian, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but it's an Italian restaurant. And then at 9 o'clock I can move into town, and then at 11 o'clock I can move back to my favourite Itsu corner and do Itsu and Kokoro, and then everything's fine until I think about 11 o'clock at night, and then it should change again. And unfortunately, Mr. Cod is one of the only places open later than that, which I'm not really looking forward to, I'm not going to lie. It's in an area I don't really like to go to. We'll see what happens later. It's 8 o'clock. I'm cycling to where I think I'm going to get the most orders. I did reject one, which was, when I first logged in, it was very high. I'm guessing it always does that if it has at least one order. And that was the edge of my the zone that I set myself, so I didn't accept it. And now I'm riding into town, and to be honest, if I have time to get a coffee before I get an order, I wouldn't complain too much, because coffee. Anyway, I should probably concentrate on riding. Right, so it's now 8:20. I've had this crumb restaurant in West Reading twice now, and I rejected it, and the orders weren't actually that fast. So with hindsight, if I did this again, it might be better to park myself over there and just that would make most sense, I guess. So I'm going to drink my coffee. I've already managed to burn my hand, and it is as cold as it looks outside. And then I'm going to park myself outside of Carluccio's, which is closer to Apex Plaza, which has Krispy Kreme, than where I am now. It's pretty unlikely to get orders from Krispy Kremes, but I've had it before in the morning going to students, so it is possible. Yeah, so not really a lot to report at the moment. It's 8:39 and I got my first order. Whoop whoop! From Patisserie Valerie, just behind me, going to some student halls. Can't believe I'm excited about getting an order. Yeah, it took 39 minutes, but yay! Fancy. So now Patisserie Valerie is open. I'm gonna kind of stay within this triangle of Patisserie Valerie, Carluccio's and Krispy Kreme, and then when it gets a little bit later I'll move over there to, not actually that far, but closer to Itsu and Kokoro, because one, there'll be more people working, and two, I prefer it there. Yeah, moving into the second hour, let's see if I can beat £3.45. So it's now 9:30 and I haven't had a second order. I haven't even rejected anything out of my own zone. I did go to Cycle Republic and had a chat with John about my bike, but Cycle Republic is actually next door to Krispy Kreme, so, and it's only around the corner from, I don't know if it's Carluccio's or Carluccio's. What sounds right? Anyway, don't care. And now I'm back at Patisserie Valerie just because, I don't know. But in half an hour I'll be able to get another coffee from Itsu. Today is going to be a coffee day. Yeah, so far this little test is being a little bit of a failure, but I do feel more motivated, so you could say it was a success. Whether I'll still be motivated at midnight, I don't know. Right, so the second hour was a complete bust. Didn't reject anything, didn't get anything, and it's just, I think it was about 10:05 that I got my second order, which was bakers and barristers to, I'm guessing where it is, it's a block of apartments near the station, which isn't bad at all. Obviously the fee is not going to be anything spectacular because I was quite close to the Oracle, and the drop's quite close too, but it's better than nothing. What else can I say? This apartment is a bit of a joke. So you need a key fob to go up the stairs. You don't need one for the lifts. However, there's two lifts. One's always broken, and the other one is literally, in my opinion, it's not fact, the slowest lift in the world. We're on the first floor. It's taken that long to get to the first floor. There you go, second floor. Now wait for the doors. I'm still waiting. Still waiting. And it's even worse when you're outside waiting for it. So we've both been here for at least 20 minutes now. He's the first other Deliveroo person I've seen. And I started thinking maybe this is a really shit, it's going to be a shit video to make, because it's going to be like, look how much I made in 18 hours, and then it's going to be really low. But I guess it might not be great, but what it will be is realistic. So everybody thinking that they're going to make, I don't know, £100 plus per day every day is going to be sadly mistaken. So I guess it's not the end of the world to do it on not a great day, because to be fair, when times are pretty low, the only days that are good are Sunday typically, Saturday, Friday, and the rest of the days really can be hit and miss. So I'm still going to go ahead with it. So the first 3 hour summary is 2 orders, but now it's 11 o'clock and I've got my first order. I'm recording in the Oracle and some security guard is watching me, so I'm probably going to stop this before he tries to kick me out, because I don't know why, but they've really got a thing about that. Right, so 3 hours and... shit, I've gone the wrong way. 3 hours and 20 minutes, and it is a grand total of £11.70. So what's that? About £3.50 an hour, which kind of sucks. And now I'm up at the university, which is actually, I said I was going to leave university to as and when, like if I get an order I'll decide. And it's not just me being lazy, sorry about the helicopter, but it's also, so I've used 5% of my battery to get here because it's quite a large hill, and I've still got to cycle back, and I'm not going to get any orders whilst I'm on my way back for sure. So it's not just about laziness, although there probably is an element of laziness there for not wanting to go to university. It's not just about dealing with slow-ass students, it's also about the hill and the battery power. So on the way back from the university, just as I got into town, I got Bakery House, and to be honest with you, I don't actually mind naming and shaming them, and because primarily I don't think that they would care either. Literally no fucks given. So the most important thing to do at Bakery House is ask how long it's going to be as soon as you arrive, and then double it. So I went in there and she said, oh, it's going to be another 5 minutes. And now that little, it's going to be another 5 minutes, gave me a full sense of security, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll wait. 6 minutes come along, I went to the bathroom, come back out, a customer came in, they start preparing his food, and I get annoyed. But I think, no, after Taco Bell called me sarcastic, I'll keep it cool. So I said to the guy, I said to him as he gave me the food, after 10 minutes, is that how it works then? Like, is that how you do things? When a customer comes in, you stop doing Deliveroo and do the customer? And then, basically, you can put in place any amount of restaurant bullshit that you want. No, we do what's ready, blah, blah, blah. sometimes the baby chicken takes X amount of time. And I said, but you know you can change the times on the apps. And he said, yeah, but we don't want to change the times on the app when it's so quiet like now. And I said, yeah, but the woman said it's 5 minutes and it was actually 10. And he was kind of stumped at that point, but like I said, no fucks given. Don't mind naming and shaming them because they don't care either. But 5 minutes extra is actually quite minimal for bakery house. Usually it's 10-20 minutes on top of when it should be ready. I mean, I wasn't particularly angry. I just, you know, sometimes I'm just in the mood that I don't feel like taking people's lies or bullshit. If somebody says 5 minutes, then sometimes I feel like actually saying, excuse me, you said this would be 5 minutes? I'm pretty sure if you look up in the definition, in the dictionary, the definition of a liar or a lie would be what you just did. But hey ho, it's all good. 3 orders, I think. Is that 3 orders or 4? I don't know. Maybe it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. 4 orders. I think I'm up to something ridiculous like £15 something, and it's now what, 3.5 hours, I think? I don't know exactly. I can't see the time when it's recording. So yeah, the sun is out and it's the week before payday, or the week leading to payday, but it's 12 and the demand is low. What's that about? I've just done another order that puts me up to 5, but Jesus, have I picked a bad day for this. Helicopter! Right, it's 12:40. I've made £24 and my battery's at 50%. My last drop took me somewhere which is within a few minutes of my house. So I'm going to quickly go home, put the full battery on, put the half battery on charge, and then that should set me up for later. I could let it decharge completely, but the problem with that is if I do that, then at the moment there's nothing charging, so I'm not saving myself any time. But if I go home, this one could be charging whilst I'm using the other one. I'm sure you know what I mean. Yeah. So that's my first pit stop done. Then I'm going to take with me some granola in chocolate milk. And as soon as I get back into town, I'll start eating that. It's pretty good actually. Right, it's 2:45 and I'm just having a break outside the entrance to Fanny's, so just outside the entrance. I've done 10 orders and I think I've done £40. So 2:45, let's just say it's 3 o'clock, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 7 hours, 40 quid in 7 hours. It's pretty terrible really, isn't it? But yeah, I'm enjoying my break. Nah, only kidding, I'm going back into town. I just did a delivery down this road. Yeah, still going as planned. I had to bring my supercharger out because my power bank didn't seem to charge last night. But I found a place to charge my phone, which is probably a consideration when you're working for a long time, if you don't have a really good power bank. Not really a lot else to say. It's been pretty shit, but I guess you got to take the rough with the smooth. I've had £1 tip on the app. Yeah. Right, let's pretend it's 5 o'clock because it just makes the math easier. £65, 9 hours works out to about £7.20, and we can subtract the coffee because I got a £2 tip earlier, cash tip, so just call that coffee. And I had granola from home, so when I got a battery change I brought some granola out, so that's that too. 7.20, which isn't great, is it? 7.20, but it's, I guess, minimum wage, but then you would also have to deduct tax and national insurance from that.
So it's probably less than, no, it's definitely less than minimum wage. At least is it? I don't even know what minimum, work it out for yourself, because I don't know what minimum wage is. I've been self-employed for as long as I can remember, and when I wasn't, I earned more than minimum wage. It's definitely not £10 an hour, which is what I would hope for, but things have definitely picked up, and I have learned a lot. I'm starting to get cold, and I am getting a little bit, like, not physically tired, but mentally tired. But doing the longer distances is definitely taught me something, because there's a lot of places I just wouldn't accept. I'd just go, no, that would take too long, or no, that restaurant's shit. And this accept everything that's in my zone that I make for myself is definitely a better way of doing it. And it's it's my buddy, and it's definitely made me happier to do the job, and kind of refresh me, because it kind of takes a lot of the pessimism out of it, because you're like, oh, I don't want that one, and then you get the next one, you go, oh, I don't want that one, and then you go, well, I haven't had a good order for 20 minutes, and then you go, oh, I may as well just go home, I'm so fed up. But if you just go, right, well, accept it, just deal with it, because it's possible, if it's quiet, that you can do this order and get back to town in the time it would have taken you to wait for your next decent order and complain about it and get pissed off about it and blah blah blah. So I'm not saying definitely accept every order. If it was busier, places like Wagamama and Nando's would definitely be insta reject. Maybe some other restaurants too, but when it's quiet, I definitely think that this system of doing it, for me, works better. It may work for you, it may not, but yeah, I mean, I'm not accepting everything. I think I've rejected 5 all day, or 4. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. I've rejected 4. 2 because they were down Portman Road way, and yeah, I mean, maybe I should have done those, but you know, you make some rules and then you go against them, and then you go, well, next time. And then I rejected one which was really on the edge of what I would accept, but I just sat down with a coffee in Itsu with my supercharger because my power bank didn't charge, and I was like, well, it's one of those do I don't I, but I've got this lovely coffee and I'm charging my phone, because my phone got down to like 40%, because I'm also filming as well as using it constantly. So that's why I rejected that one, and I think I rejected another one because it was outside of my zone, and that's it. So I could have got that down to 3 if I really wanted to, but now I've got another hell of a long time to go. What time did I say it was? Did I say it's 5 or 6? I can't remember. I think it was 5. So I've got a long time to go. So yeah, like I said, I'm mentally tired already, because it's like 8 hours. Physically, I'm fine. Maybe I'll just have another coffee. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Another coffee does sound like a good idea, because I'm not going to be going to bed for a very long time. So the caffeine, I mean, normally I wouldn't touch coffee this late, but the caffeine's not going to bother me now, because I'm not going to go to bed anytime soon. So hopefully it'll be out of my system by 1 AM. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, if I get an order, I'll do it. But yeah, I'm going to go and try and charge my phone. My battery's down to 46%, so I've used the whole battery so far doing that, however much I said. What did I say? Did I say 65? Man, my memory's shot. I'm trying to remember all these things. Yeah, so coffee, charge, and then at some point soon in the next hour or so, I'm going to go home and swap my batteries out again and get my power bank, because I'm not going to be able to charge my phone later tonight when Itsu closes, because they were kind enough to let me use their power outlet. Anyway, see you later. Boy, can I talk, can't I? On and on and on. Another thing I would say is about demand. Sometimes when I'm at home I go, oh, it's low demand, I made the right decision by not coming out. And yeah, you could say that's true, but I think a lot can be said about location. Location is a bit of a double-edged sword. In one way, it's good to be at the restaurant that's, I can stop, that you're collecting from. But on the other side of that is you're not going to get a big fee because the distance you are from the restaurant is so small that that's half of the fee. So yeah, double-edged sword. But this is why Deliveroo works much better as a part-time thing as opposed to a full-time thing. Because if you're part-time, you can just say, oh, I've had enough of this and go. But full-timers, people that actually have to make a certain target every week, you have to go, well, if I want the orders, I've got to sit at this restaurant, or I've got to sit somewhere or be somewhere and just wait, because I have to earn the money. So it's nice to have the luxury to say, fuck this, I'm out of here. But not everybody can do that, unfortunately. So I'm at 11 hours and I'm up to £83 and I'm feeling very tired. Mentally, physically I'm fine because I'm on an e-bike, which is strange because I've worked 11 hours before and I've been alright. Maybe I just didn't sleep enough last night or something, I don't know. But I'm not going to give up just yet. It's gone into high demand and I have had to reject a couple of orders. Because, I don't know, when it gets to like 6 o'clock, then you get all of the really, really far deliveries. I think it's when people get home from work. So I guess that's to be expected of it. But I'm going to try and nurse this. I'm on 35% now. I'm going to try and nurse this battery as much as I can, because I know I'll go home and change it once. But if it goes flat again, there's no way I'm going to change it and go back out again. I'll just go home. So I've got to make one full battery last the remaining. How many hours is that? Forgotten. Anyway, it's got to last the remaining time anyway, which should be fine, because I imagine after about 10 o'clock, I think it's just going to go dead, being a Wednesday, which is going to be a real pain, waiting around doing sweet FA. I don't know, I could be wrong, it could be good, who knows. Yeah, maybe when the traffic dies down I'll change this battery. Definitely feeling it though. And is £83 a lot for 11 hours? No. Yeah, okay, I did it on a Wednesday, but sleepy. Right, I just did a large order with a car. The car took the first bag and had at least, I don't know, 4 minutes head start on me. It was into Lower Caversham and I was only like 2 minutes behind him. And I think the car had about 60p more on the fee, because I asked him when I was waiting in Wagamama's. So, up yours, cars. Bikes are better. Maybe mopeds or scooters are even better, but e-bikes for the win. Or just normal bikes. You could probably have done that on a normal bike. Matt, how's today been?
Okay.
Really? That's some surprising optimism. Right, I'm going to try and give you an update. Some dickhead's messing around with his Ford Focus in the car park, so if you hear big banging noises, then yeah, that's that. So I've been working 13.5 hours now, and I'm up to 100, I think it was 115, and I just calculated it back to be, I think, £8. The average is like, come on Mr. Halford's back it in. Right.
How are you?
A little bit tired. Yeah, it's alright though. It's not like I'm professional.
Yeah, something like $8.50 per hour. Yeah, so it's like 9:30. Yeah, it must be 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. So now most of the places on Broad Street are closed. So I've come to the Oracle for a couple of hours until I think the real crappy places like Mr. Cod and King's Grill and stuff like that will be the only ones left. My battery's... I'm a little bit worried about my battery actually, because it's down to 60%. And I only changed it not that long ago. I can't even remember. I'm a little bit wired on caffeine. But I have to say, I was feeling really tired, like mentally tired. And when I went home, I don't know if this is breaking the rules because I don't remember what I thought or said. But I made 2 sandwiches when I went to change my battery the last time. I didn't eat them at home, I just made them and left. And then I ate them when I had time. And I had... Sorry, there was a guy up there, it looks like he was taking a leak. I don't know what he's doing. Oh no, he's just using his phone. I don't know if you can see him. I couldn't see him using his phone. On the first floor up there, because there's nothing up there. I was like, what the hell is he doing? There's just toilets up there, but he was using his phone. What was I saying? Yeah, so I had 2 sandwiches. So all I've had to eat today is those 2 sandwiches and that granola. Oh, I had a few Oreos as well. Like 6 Oreos maybe. The thin ones, so really I suppose it's only like 3 Oreos. Anyway, so I've had a few Oreos, that granola in chocolate milk, and 2 sandwiches. And I didn't want to have like a big meal, because sometimes when I eat a lot, like I have a big meal, it makes me feel really tired. So I didn't want to do that, and I didn't do that, and I had the food, and then I had a chat with Jimek. Yeah, we cycled for a bit because I don't know, he has orders but he doesn't seem to do them. He just seems to ride around talking to people. I'm not entirely sure about him. He watches my videos, so he's going to comment below and go, no, I was just waiting for the food to be ready or something. But he's pretty laissez-faire, I have to admit. Yeah, anyway, the chat really woke me up, cheered me up. So the food and the chat was actually what I needed, and now I'm feeling fine still. Although I'm a little bit worried that the orders are going to die off. They've actually already started to die off now, which is why I've come to the Oracle. I don't really know what's going to happen. But I mean, I'm pretty determined. I've made it this far. There's no point of me going home now until I do what I say I'm going to do. I just hope it doesn't leave me like with no orders for like 2 hours or something like that. That would really suck. And it's still only 9:30, so see you later. Right, got 3 hours left now. Just did another order. I can't remember how much I'm on. It's 115 plus 118.50 or something like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh shit, roundabout. What is he doing? Didn't trust him. Yeah, 3 hours left basically. And there's not really many people around now. There's not many orders. It's on low demand. Getting a bit lonely actually. Yes. Don't know what to say. When I pressed this doorbell, the little chef popped out and said 2 minutes. It's now 8 minutes. If it gets to 10, I'm pressing that damn button again. 2 minutes normally means 5 minutes in restaurant talk. It never means like 10 minutes. At least not in my experience. Normally when it's going to be 10 minutes, they say 5 minutes. And if it's going to be 20 minutes, here we go. That was not 2 minutes.
It was, they say extra chicken breast. That's why I put it there.
All right.
Otherwise, one is, I so late.
Gotcha.
Busy night?
Not really. There you go. The reason it wasn't 2 minutes is because the customer ordered what the customer ordered. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but whatever. Not had anything for quite a long time. And I think I'm going to make an executive decision and just say, if I've not had anything by, I don't know, midnight. I'm going to call it, and the reason for that is all I'm doing now is I'm bringing down my average. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to put on the video 17 hours straight, but 16, 17 doesn't make that much difference if then I come to the average and it's significantly lower. So, and the other factor to bear in mind is tomorrow there's going to be snow and rain and cold weather, so it's going to be busy. So yeah, I could stay out till 1 o'clock, sleep until 10 and miss out on some good Deliverooing, because I've got to eat as well, you know. I've barely had lunch, let alone dinner, and I'm not that hungry, but I have got some food prepared at home, and I need to digest that before I go to sleep. So yeah, I'm talking myself out of it now. Yeah, anyway, I haven't had anything for maybe at least 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the next 15 minutes. Right, it's midnight. I haven't had any orders for the past hour, I think. I've done 31 orders, which is nothing special. I guess it's just a Wednesday, the last Wednesday before payday. Probably not the best day to do this. I made, I think it was £122. Plus, I think I got a few quid in tips, cash. But I'm just going to deduct that because I bought a coffee. So how much can you earn if you work 16 hours on a quiet Wednesday? £122 approximately. Although saying that, Matt absolutely caned it, did less hours than me, and I think by now has probably earned more than me. But he is... should we say dangerous? Is that the right word? Maybe, I'm not sure. He's very quick. Yeah, so now I'm going to eat, digest, get ready for bed, and prepare for tomorrow when we might have some snow. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope you guys forgive me for the last hour. I think I can find it in my heart to forgive myself. Making my average just drop lower just for the sake of waiting in the freezing cold. Bearing in mind that it's 1 degree at the moment, and I think it's going to rain in a couple of hours, although I would have been home before that anyway. Anyway, this is me done, just done. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. I suppose the only thing left to do is for me to say my thoughts after I've slept, and boy did I sleep. That was a deep, revitalizing sleep. That was a very, very, very nice sleep. So what do I think? First of all, granola, the most important point is granola and chocolate milk taking to work is a very good idea, and I've done the same today. Any important points for other people? Yeah, I would say that this, even though I say that Deliveroo isn't good for full-time people, especially as cyclists, one thing I will say about full-time cyclists is that in working in free login zones is even when it says low demand, there is still demand there, and I think it's more about your location. So even if the demand is very low, if you're outside the restaurant that you think is going to be the busiest, then there's a good chance that you're going to get an order. Yeah, it's probably not going to sustain you, but going out at these times is a decision that you've made already, so I don't know. What else do I think? Yeah, it definitely did what I wanted it to do, and that is to
get my head back into Deliveroo. It definitely has motivated me again to start making money. I do need some more challenges. And this week, I think I might make my challenge to get back to 600. I might have left it too late now because I had a day off, and on Monday I think I only made something like £50, so I might struggle to make 600 this week. The difficulty is if I fail my challenge, then it might demotivate me. Maybe I should say 500. I'm going to say 500 this week, and if I do 6, then great. Sorry about the barking dogs. Just got to live with that.